folks, the shit hit the fan here. Power went out early this morning. Not a whole lot of snow outside, but heavy wet snow. Probably took down some pine trees. Power grid's down, and cell service is down because, as I learned, most of these cell towers do not have generator backups. So when the lights go out, so do your comms. Total bummer, right? Those old handheld landline telephones go a really long ways on days like today. But here we are, melting snow in buckets along the old Better and Ben's wood stove. Got to be able to flush your toilets. I did not really prepare ahead of time for this storm. I didn't expect it to knock the power out, to be honest with you. We've been through a lot worse than this, and this was nothing, man. So let that be a lesson to you. Always be prepared when one of these things comes. If I'd filled up the bathtub last night, I wouldn't be doing this. But I was like, it's just a snowstorm, ain't going to be that much. But here I am. It hasn't even really started snowing yet, and we're hanging out in the dark. So let that be a lesson to you folks. Stick with me today as I go through these trials and tribulations, and we'll find out how long the power's been out. It went out about 7 o'clock this morning. Started flashing real bad and then out, and then that was it. It's now currently noon, I think. Noon. No cell service, no internet, no power, no nothing. Had to make my coffee with a jet boil this morning, heat up the water, and then transfer it into a French press, which is a little bit bigger to make a little bit more coffee because we like coffee. So I hope all you out there are safe and in a good spot and have power and have water and have all these things. I've already drained down my water heater. Turn the breaker off to it so that way when the power comes back on, I don't destroy the elements in it. But I used it as basically a holding tank. And as long as I had some water pressure left in the pressure tank, I was able to get, I would say about 8 or 9 gallons of water out of that thing before it totally dried up. So something to think about, guys. Now I know I could get more water out of that thing if I open the bottom drain on it and hook a hose to it and fill buckets that way. There's 40 gallons, well, probably 30 gallons of water left in there. But yeah, we're hanging out in the dark. No computer, no internet, no phone, no power, no nada. Grid down. It's real. It was really here. It really got me. But we'll make do. This is what we prepare for, folks. Have a great day.
Through 8 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time Wednesday. Impacts. Travel will be very difficult to impossible, including the this morning and evening commutes. The weight of the heavy wet snow on tree branches will likely result in power outages.
You don't say.
Snowfall rates will reach 1 to 2 inches per hour at times, with locally higher rates possible depending on where the heaviest snow bands develop. Strong winds will also result in very low visibility, especially today into night. Additional details. This will be a long-duration and high-impact snow event. If you must travel, keep an extra flashlight, food, and water in your vehicle in case of an emergency. Winter storm warning remains in effect until 8 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time Wednesday. What? Heavy, wet, snow expected. Total snow accumulations of 8 to 16 inches. Winds gusting as high as...
All right. So I'm melting some snow here in these buckets next to the wood stove. This non-potable water will be used for flushing toilets. It's been a couple hours since I filled them. They were filled to the brim with snow. We actually got power back now, but I'm going to continue this little experiment and see how much snow or how much liquid we get from these buckets of snow. I think it'll be a good test to see how far a 5-gallon bucket full of slushy wet. This is like the 10-to-1 ratio snow. Real heavy, real wet. But we'll see how it comes out. So we had used our little jackery here when the lights are out to power up the internet there. and these little guys here, and we were actually able to get the internet up and running. The power lines came down, but the internet lines did not. And the fishes are very happy that the power is back on. They really like to breathe that highly oxygenated water. But yeah, we're back up and running. Internet lines never came down, which is good. And yeah, we're at it. Cook some food while we can. Well, we're back online, folks. And I hope all y'all are doing well out there. I hope y'all are weathering the storm well. It's going to snow for at least a few more hours, so be safe out there. If you're on the roads, if you're traveling, please be safe. It's almost over. Fingers crossed. The winds don't get too bad and the lights stay back on, and society goes as normal. But it was a good little test this morning. See what you're made of. See what you can make do with. Sucks, but eventually we're going to have to potentially deal with this long term, guys. So something to think about. Hudson Valley Prepping Survival. We out of here.